Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com. Or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you are able and willing to support the channel, my info is below the video as well, so that would be helpful. I would appreciate it. Having said that, I am going to start with, like the title of my videos, the first subject, the Insurrection Act. I don't know how many of you saw Stephen Miller on CNN last night. I didn't see the whole thing because I think I got a phone call or something to that effect. Or maybe I started watching late. I can't recall right now. The arrogance he's displaying. He was drudged out there to let us know because him, Vought, and other people and the administration planned, how they're going to execute Project 2025. Right now, they are afraid, and we are in a very dangerous moment right now. And as we know, Vance believes that they have all the guns, they can do whatever they want. And that's where we are right now. Miller just came out to let the country know the Insurrection Act is going to be put in effect. And Trump basically came out after that. He was asked a question, and I'm sure that's possibly 90% of the reason why they put him out in the Oval Office to answer questions. He confirmed it, basically. As we know, when he says he's thinking about something or something, that's a prelude to him doing it. Whatever action they are taking does not depend on what Pritzker, or anyone else does. It's when they feel they are ready and they feel they have prepared the terrain good enough to do what they want to do. Do you guys remember, I did not know at the time, I said Chicago would probably be the ignition or where the violence starts. They are already hurting a lot of people because they had their basic training in California. And if anyone puts up any resistance, peaceful protests, it doesn't matter. As we observed on videos, you don't have to do anything. Like the woman they shot, they said she had a gun and 10 of the cars blocked them. And that's not true. The videos, according to reports, prove that. This is heading in the direction I was hoping it wouldn't go. They are waiting, as we know. The guy, Abbott, sent his National Guards to Chicago. I would not be surprised if Action sends the military to Chicago, among other options that they have. And to what degree I feel, and also, I'm sorry, one more data point, okay? I was watching Pam Bondi this morning she's testifying in front of the Senate this morning. Look at her behavior. Their goal is to decimate or render, neutralize the Democratic Party or anyone who think they can stand up to them. My friends, I hope they don't take that step. I feel the Democrat, the blue states, will, just like I told you a while back when they started with that tariff stuff, Canada, Mexico, and others will link arms and go against us. And that's what's happening now. Canadians, very few Canadians come to this country now as tourists, among other things. It's been happening. I am not sure how this is going to unfold, but Trump and Exit speech they gave to the military, high-ranking military officers, either last week or the week before last, whenever it happened, was a big mistake. Those guys are very smart. And they've been in combat. They didn't earn their stripes from sitting or, complaining about bun spares. And the way that presentation went down, filtered down the ranks to the lowest rank you can possibly think of. They all have an idea, just like us, where this is going. Intuitively, my prediction is they're not going to stand for it. Yes, there are MAGAs among them who are ready and willing to do Trump's bidding for him. One more data point. I hope I'm not confusing things. Do you guys remember I told you that ICE and the other people that DHS hired to abuse people, because that's what's going on right now in Chicago, there's going to be a fight between them. No, I'm sorry, let me backtrack. I'm jumping ahead of myself. I don't know if you have seen the videos of Michigan police squaring off with ICE agent. There is a short video I was watching. An ICE agent wanted to drive through a group of protesters, and a policeman stopped her and said, "You're not going through here. You're going to have to back off." And told, that's my phone.
And sometimes as furniture like nightstands or file cabinet.
What? I don't know if that's a commercial. That's my phone. Yes. I'm using that. I'm citing that as an example. Okay. There is friction between the Chicago police and ICE or other branch or services of DHS that are on the ground in Michigan. Intuitively, I feel those ICE agents, because they've been empowered by Miller and Trump, as we know. Trump said to people, when you are arresting people, abuse them. Basically, that's what it boils down to when he says, don't hold their head to help them get into a car so they don't bang, they hit their head against the A pillar or B pillar or C pillar. C pillar probably, or the between the B and C pillar in the car when they're putting you inside the car. But anyway, he said, you don't have to protect their heads and also abuse them while you can if people are not watching. Since that's the instruction, they know what is expected of them. That's why they're behaving the way they are behaving. Intuitively, I feel, okay? They're going to continue to do the same thing. These people are not thinking at all. And if you watch the way Miller behaved himself yesterday, he is terrified, but they think, just like Vance said, they have the guns. They have the upper hand. And if you look at the way Bundy testified in front of the Senate this morning, I've never seen this before. The way she was trying to disrespect the Democratic senators. I was watching, what I kept hearing was this is going to come back to bite. All of them. And Miller, he thinks he's the general now, by the way. I was watching him yesterday. He is so full of himself because right now, psychologically, they all think they have to go for broke. I'm borrowing that line because that's not the line I used the day before yesterday or prior. Okay, I said they are desperate, so they may do things, but the proper way of putting this now, okay, they're gonna go for broke, and that's what Milou was doing yesterday. But they are overconfident because they think the military is going to execute their orders, just like the way Trump went about killing Venezuelan and whoever they're killing, on high seas. They have DOJ drafting whatever, memo, however they call it, whatever Trump does to supposedly the insurrection that's going on in Michigan, among other places. He has to use the military to take it down. So ICE is going to continue to abuse people. And that's what's going to spark, just like the police turn on ICE in Chicago, the same thing is going to happen with the military. I said a little while ago, I hope I'm not confusing things. What I meant was confusing the police and the military, but I don't think so. I'm going to say something. I am seeing, do you guys remember last week what happened? People repelling. I mean, not people, ICE agent repelling from a helicopter on top of a building. If this thing goes too far, you guys remember about the prediction I had? I told you all 3 levels. I hope we don't get to that point. Okay. But some of the stuff that are going on, I don't know how it works. I can't explain the mechanics behind this. Who's going to make decisions to do what? I'm seeing troops repelling in the White House ground and on top of the White House. That's what I'm getting. That's the picture I'm getting intuitively. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm getting. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not just going to try to embellish or explain anything. What I can say, Stephen Miller is making it, and Heritage Foundation, Vought, and all these people are making the biggest mistake of their lives. This is not going to work. Maybe I shouldn't open my mouth and explain this, but I'm reading. I can't help it. Sorry. This is not going to play out the way they are planning. It's going to backfire. Yes, it's going to be tough putting everything back together. But we're going to have help. Not only people volunteering and people they were kicked out of their jobs, out of duty to the country, come back to help and put the government back up because they're destroying a lot of things we're not even aware of right now. But intuitively, I feel things will get back to normal after this. Whatever it is, that's the picture I'm seeing. After that's over, all Americans will unite and put the country back together. I hope it doesn't get there because The thing is, they are so afraid right now, and they want to go for broke. And there is something else. The Epstein files. I don't know. Somebody, one of you sent me a link to a video. I told you guys last week, I think, don't make any mistake. The Epstein situation has a lot to do with the way, the reason why they're accelerating the activities to dismantle the government. Okay? I just watched a video according to, I don't remember the name of that channel on YouTube. I'm sure some of you probably saw it. Wall Street Journal has a report. They're sitting on it right now. It's so bad. Well, proving that Trump was part of whatever Epstein was doing. Okay? He called the Wall Street Journal himself and the owners, I forget the name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about, to complain. I just saw it right before I came on. That validates to me what my prediction was. Epstein, and the other thing is they want a unitary president. Trump wants to be above all, and he wants to be able to declare who should follow him. Don't be surprised if it's Ivanka. I mean, when we find out. Let me put it this way. All you see that's happening and everything that I'm saying, besides the military, it's going to be Americans, the people, who are going to stand up because they forget everything they are doing is based on lies. This is no longer the 1960s or 1940s. You go out and lie to people. Yeah, they let you get away with a couple of white lies. But the lies that say, like Trump wants to convince people that prices are going down, everything is going to get back, it's back to normal price, guys. People, that's not people's real life. That's not what we are seeing. My grocery, it's crazy when I go shopping for food. I don't shop for much else except if I have my car to get fixed or something. I don't buy anything else anymore. I'm too old. When you reach an age, it's like, I don't need any more shoes. But anyway, everything they have is based on lies. And this is, today, in a matter of seconds, if you want to know what's going on, you will know. That's the other thing that's going to unnerve what we are living and what Trump wants us to believe. Among other lies he's going to try to tell us. And deploying the military throughout this country for no reason is a big trigger. And people will take to the streets. And I don't know, I am not being shown what the sequence is of operations. Let's say, for example, if the military, that person I see repelling on the ground of the White House, among other things, military activities or ICE or whatever, I don't know which is going first. But this is not going to work. That's my prediction. So my friends, don't raise your blood pressure. It's going to get tougher. What Miller came out and said yesterday, it's a warning. That's what they are planning on doing. It's a matter of when they pull the trigger. And Abbott, too. This guy is so dumb. For sending those troops to Michigan, he's never going to be able to live that down. But don't be surprised if within the next couple of weeks, we don't have a full-blown constitutional crisis in this country, and Trump basically because it's not. I mean, it's not only Trump, but Miller and Vogt, among others, like that guy Kevin Roberts and all these people. They want blood, and that's where they are right now. They are ready to go for broke, and they won't stop at anything unless they are stopped. But we are almost there. Intuitively, my prediction is it's a big mistake. 350 million people. I don't remember, we have over 350 million guns floating around. One more thing. Do you guys remember I told you MAGA would turn on Trump? Or at least a good number of them. A number of MAGA influencers, they're already talking. They don't like the direction or some of the stuff that Trump is doing. That's not good news. Before I came, it seems like MTG is like, I don't want to be part of this. She is taking them on. I'm not becoming a fan. MTG is complaining about the Republicans wanting to take down Obamacare. Thank you very much. It's in the music for generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Everything the music says, Milou, thank you for sharing your intuition and encouragement. You're very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you. Yes. The next few weeks is going to be shocking. So don't be shocked. Expect. You know what to expect. You know, we're going to have to, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to live through this, process it. We're going to come out at the other end. And Trump and his administration and everyone who want to destroy democracy, I don't know exactly when this is going to go kaput, but that's what's coming. And yes, I mentioned the influences. Trump himself, thank you, Craig Dixon, for re-upping your membership. I appreciate it. You're very welcome. Craig Dixon says, thank you, Milou, for keeping us sane. My pleasure. Thank you. Yes. So just hang in there. But as for Trump himself, he's terrified. Okay? Because, you know, he basically gave the steering wheel to Miller. And Miller is doing everything behind the scenes. He is there to do whatever he, you know, okay, you think that's the best way to go? But my friends, that's what's going to, that's Miller's demise too. Because Trump is going to blame him for everything. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess how he's going to do it. Okay? But Trump is going to turn on Miller. Because once this thing starts to go south, and the other thing, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, they are expecting, they don't expect people to fight back, to stand up. And once that happens, they're going to lose all control. Because what they are trying to do right now is it's an element of surprise and try to scare everyone and get away with it. The main thing is they think they're going to get away with it. Thank you very much, David Venderman, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yes, they think they're going to surprise us and scare us into submission. And everyone, you know, it's not going to happen. And the biggest mistake, like I have always said to you guys, even in January or February 2024, I said, the question mark is the military. And last week, and intuitively, the way I am intuitively polling, members, active soldiers, this is a no-go. They swore an oath to the Constitution, not to anybody. And if you watch Pam Bundy's testifying in front of the Senate this morning, okay. Oh, in fact, I just remember that. I read an article last night that cites what I'm saying. The article says, in fact, over hundreds of people who used to work for the OJ signed a letter or something saying what I'm saying. I forgot about it. It was just shown in front of me right now. It flashed in front of me. They signed letters letting the Senate know Pam Bundy put Trump above the Constitution. I almost forgot about it. Okay. This is going to be very interesting to watch. It's our country. We don't need this every morning or in the middle of the night when I wake up. I'm like, oh my God, why do we have to go through this? There was no reason. That's what bothers me. There was no reason to do this. This is like, one of those huge intercontinental boats, those things that go from China to here. They bring, shipments, okay? And you think you're going to turn this thing around in 2 minutes. Good luck. Thank you, Cine Alexander, for re-upping your membership. I'm glad you're on our side. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. You can't. This is too much. So let's see what happens, my friends. But don't be surprised. They're going to try to surprise us, and shock us into submission. The only thing I can tell you is timing. Okay, we know how this thing is going to synchronize and what's going to trigger what. But I don't feel it's going to come out the way, the way they want. And I was looking at Stephen Miller yesterday afternoon on CNN when he was interviewing. He was talking to world media. It seems like, like I said, they drudged him out to let the nation know they will be enacting the Insurrection Act. He's not going to fare well at all by the time this is over. That's what I kept getting as I watched them on the screen. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm looking. Somebody asked me, will Newsom run on Law and Order? I think there are going to be other things. Law and Order is always going to be part of someone running again, for president. But right now, the next person who's running for president, I can't even begin to. The platform, first of all, is going to be get the country back on its feet, its economy. Law and order is at the base of all those things otherwise. But something we are all used to, law and order. My fear, and I hope it doesn't happen, is retribution. People have abused. Like, for example, Sunday or Saturday, an ICE agent arrested an alderman, a lady, a state representative who was in a hospital. Okay. Things like that. People are watching. I'm sure some people know him, among other things, others. In Haiti, that's what happened. All the Makuts, like what they call it, they used to call them brown shirt in Germany, and here, but People knew them. That's why I keep saying those guys who are going out, who are following Trump's instructions, and Miller, they have no idea. Americans have no idea how bad this can turn and what can happen. Even at work, I mean, I'll show you, explain something that everyone can understand. Somebody does something to you, you may not retaliate right away, but you're not going to be violent. But the next opportunity you get to retaliate, either they ask you to lend them a pencil, you have three, you don't have one. I don't have any, sorry. And that's to put it in a simple way. When you go out and spray people, those kind of things. That's why this country, we don't do these things. We don't abuse people. And that's why our society, we go to court, or we call the police and stuff like that. But the way they are behaving, they are breaking the fabric of our society. And they're turning one group against another. But it feels like, to me, there's always going to be a portion of MAGA, a percentage of the MAGA followers. You're never going to be able to convert them. The majority of them will turn against Trump for basically destroying everything. Because once Michigan, that situation gets going, whenever they enact that Insurrection Act, all bets are off. Everything becomes unpredictable. And I don't even think they realize how bad this can get. Unless you've lived through something like this, everything I'm saying, they probably think, if they were to listen to me, or if I was to talk to one of them, they would think I'm losing my mind. Because they think one way. We have the guns, we have all the fancy airplanes, we don't care. We're going to bomb out our cities, we're going to kill our fellow Americans. That's their attitude. And if you look at Miller's face yesterday, like I said, guys, yesterday I said, that was the first time I think I've ever said this. I told you Stephen Miller is not well upstairs. And after I left here, I see a bunch of people saying the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute. What is watching my videos? A lot of people are saying Stephen Miller is not well upstairs. And if you look at him yesterday, he's full of himself. And his mind, he's a general. He's going to pull this off and at any cost. And Kevin Roberts and all these people fought. War is an unpredictable thing. And that's what they are about to trigger in Chicago. Asha Rengapa, I believe that's her first name. Asha is her first name. She is a former FBI agent. She said something, and I read it this morning when I woke up around 2 o'clock to go to the bathroom. I drank too much water. So she said she wishes people would read, and I agree with her. That's why I'm citing it. Peaceful resistance. And when you do that, you can bring down empires. Okay? But unfortunately, I'm hoping that's what happens. But the way those guys are going out abusing people, you don't know how many people will just, say, ignore or let it roll off the back. When you spray somebody in the face with pepper spray, even if people around them or somebody from the military may turn on you, because and I saw a couple of security people in Michigan just spraying a woman with pepper spray. Imagine if a couple of military people were there. What are you doing? And the ICE agent was going to say, well, that's none of your business. And all hell break loose. Because we're dealing with emotions. These guys, Miller is not thinking about those things at all. It's, the garbage, it will go downhill. We are on top here. We're going to stay there. And that's the other mistake they're making. Okay, sorry. I keep talking. All right. But I agree with Asha Wangapa. I believe her first name is Asha. She's a former FBI agent. We follow the Gandhi principle, peaceful resistance, and hopefully that's what happens. But I'd be surprised. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm sorry, LA Hiker. Yes, Illinois. I don't know, Chicago sounds easier for some reason. I keep mixing those two. Thank you. Okay. I'm looking for questions. Please, guys, if you have questions, please post them, or anything that I have said that if it wasn't clear or you misunderstood me, please leave me questions. Raymond De Pasquale says, what is the regime doing with the tariff money collected? Well, according to reports, it goes into our coffers. That's what I think Trump is floating, using part of it to help our farmers after he messed up. China outsmarted us, basically, them, And Venezuela double-crossed us. Is it Venezuela? No, it's not Venezuela. It's not the country where the guy who gave Elon Musk that chainsaw, I forget his name. He's good buddy with Trump. So he not only, I think he's trying to borrow $20 billion from us, but since he's good friends with Trump, Trump is going to give it to him. And also he double-crossed Trump. I think he lowered or suspend taxes on his wheat. I think that's what China buys from us. Okay, I think I may be confusing things a little bit. Which product they buy from us, from our farmers? He took the tax away. Okay, and then he lowered the price of wheat or whatever it is China buys. Okay. And he sold them over almost 20 billion worth of soybeans, not not wheat, soybeans. He sold them, so China didn't buy from us. It's basically they did it on purpose. Okay, they got a cheaper price, they went for it. Yep. Erica says, will they be successful in their effort not to give back pay to federal employees that have been furloughed? I don't think so. I saw that. Yes, that's a good question. That's a great question. I'm for federal employees, man. Oh my God, these people have been through the hoops this year. It's really bad. I don't know if I would be able. Well, thank God, I'm no longer. I don't have to work for anybody anymore. It would be tough for me to be in a job like that. I wouldn't be able to take it. Summer Virgo 81 says, will they force the military to take a lie detector test? Well, right now, the way things are going, I think it's too late. Yes. But at DOD, yes, they'll do it. Oh, I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. If you mean at the Pentagon, it's going to, X-Shirt will do it. Okay? He's paranoid and he's making mistakes and he's doing things. If you look at Bondi this morning, the way she was testifying, Trump had the vision. Yeah, Trump had this tunnel vision. Because if he really had vision, what he's doing right now, he wouldn't be doing this. No way. He would just run with whatever Biden left with the economy, make it better. Okay, hire the right people to surround himself with. But instead, they're tanking everything, thinking they can create a uni-presidency. And Robert from the Supreme Court is all in. In fact, a woman wrote a book about him. I have to buy that book. But, oh my God. No. He's very narrow-minded. He doesn't know what he's doing. But I'm telling you, he wouldn't do this at all. I wouldn't do this. There's no way. All right, friends. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, do like come to my website. It's below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you have not subscribed, if you are not a subscriber. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up because that will enable me to get more views for my video. So please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It will help the channel as well as far as, in fact, I want to buy another UPS for my computers here. So I'm thinking of buying another device. But I have to test my Wi-Fi modem first. I want to test if it stays on when we have a blackout, and if that happens, I have to buy another device. So whenever we have a blackout here, I can still continue streaming. So those are the things that we do behind the scenes. All right, everyone. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Hang on tight. We have a few challenging days ahead, but we'll get through it together. Till then, bye.